This is what quarantine looks like, okay? For 90% of people from what I'm seeing. We want to see how we can get from like a bedhead to Zoom video conference ready, actionable, small, effective things that we can do and we can prioritize to be able to have this professional connection that we would have in the workplace and the offices that we're used to. We want to keep it simple. We don't have to go overboard with this. We're not doing some YouTube beautypreneur tutorials. We are keeping it simple. We're living in this space, right? If we're living here, how can we optimize this to have that professional face forward? There's a lot of stuff going on out there that we can't control. There's so many things that we do not have control over, but there are things that we do have control over. So for the people that are looking to maintain some sort of structure but don't want to go overboard, these are a couple of quick and easy steps to get from bedhead to video conference ready. A couple of things that we definitely want to look for is lighting. Lighting's going to be a big game changer in your video conferencing, okay? So if you can position your private workspace that you've created or the desk and work from home space you've already had in front of a natural light source, you're going to get your best results. So this can be a window. I would suggest some sort of sheer curtains because we want to have indirect light. If you are sitting in front of a window and the sun is shining in, you're going to get harsh shadows, harsh lines that even today's, cameras that are equipped on the best devices are going to have a hard time dealing with. So you want some sort of bright but indirect light. Also, get a stand for your camera. Whether it's on your laptop, good, you're done. But if you're using your phone or you have to use a tablet or something like that, don't hold it in your hand. This is distracting, okay? We all know that person. It happens. But if you have to use that, try and mount it up, whatever you have to do to create some sort of steady backing for it. It's going to give a much more professional experience. Plus, it's going to distance your voice from the microphone so we don't get any of that crackly feedback that we have as well. Then also, plug in. Use whatever headset, AirPods, wireless or not, to be able to connect. So all of those tips and tricks are very external things, right? That's what we worry about before we actually sit down and before we're connected with somebody. Now we want to talk about how do we prep ourselves to be for a conference call. And one of those things is our attire. There's might be other coworkers or people or folks that are on your video conference call that are going to be repping hoodies or their pajamas and their bedhead, and that's fine. This video could be for them, maybe it's not. One of the things that we can control though is being able to choose what clothes we put on our bodies and how we present ourselves. So let's start there. It doesn't even have to be anything fancy. It can be a flannel button down. It can be a simple t-shirt. Use your best judgment. We all have different wardrobe requirements for the offices that we work in and personality traits, that's going to dictate the clothes that we wear in such environments. So use your best judgment. I think the important thing here is to change it up. Get out of what you were in. It helps put you in more of a mental headspace to be able to have the video conferences that you're going to be having. Another thing we have control over, this mop of a mess up here, right? And I know some of us have more hair than others. And I think the important thing here as well is you have to do what works for you. I'm going to be saying that a lot because what is my low maintenance hair routine is not going to be somebody else's low maintenance hair routine. Having it low maintenance and something that you can do simple, right? Small actionable steps, how to get from bedhead to Zoom video conference ready in a short couple of steps. We all have like our go-to routines or like what works for us or what we're comfortable doing, right? So for me, like I might do a long braid. It's really easy for me. I can do it in a couple of seconds and it's not a messy bun on top of my head. Now other people have awesome messy buns that look like prom updos that I can't do because I have so much hair that it just like weighs down. So I'm kind of having a pseudo good hair day that I could maybe get away with leaving my hair down, but just my personal preference, I have so much hair that it's actually just kind of frustrating to have it down in like no structure whatsoever. For me, this is my safe and happy place. Alongside braid, it keeps it tidy and out of the way, and to me, it appears neat and polished. Hair, done. Another thing that's really gonna help tie this look together is like delicate jewelry. This is like an above and beyond. If this is like, we only have 5 steps, this can be step number 6, but it's going to help tie things together. And again, that polished look, because all we're working is in this space right here. Okay. Pants doesn't matter. Please wear them, because we don't want any accidents to happen if you have to sit up or adjust yourself. So wear pants, you know, if they match the outfit, that's bonus points, but that's not even a necessity. Okay. But what can we control in this space? Okay. This is a nice little touch that's just gonna take it up a notch. Okay. I have matching earrings. I'm not even really a big jewelry person, but for things like this, I think it just takes it to the next level. If you normally wear jewelry, this is just going to feel more comfortable for you. You know, there's people I come across that say they feel naked when they don't have earrings in. I can't relate to that. See, I don't even wear them enough that I can't even get the damn back of this earring on. Oh, there we go. Okay. The next things that we're going to do are going to kind of be focusing on our face. This is already, I think we can all agree, drastically better than how the video started. So if we go in like this, we're already like, you know, a 7.5 or an 8.5 out of 10, I would say. Let's just say an 8 out of 10. Okay, we don't need any decibels. It's too early for that. But some other things that we can control, right? I wake up, brush my teeth, I wash my face almost immediately. So just to do a little bit of like a streamlined skincare of how I would prep my face. We have HD cameras these days, okay? They're gonna pick up things, and probably things that you don't want them to pick up. So I think it's important to start with a fresh face, okay? And if you're not doing this already in your daily life, we need to talk. But I think when you're in quarantine, it's even more important. What we're doing here is we're just toning the face, okay? We washed and we're toning. And we're doing that just to help clear out any of the impurities. For me, it's so refreshing, and it's gonna really bring your skin back to like a normal pH and be ready to absorb your treatments. So since we are in the AM here, I'm using my brightening vitamin C serum. It's a great morning treatment to use for your skin. And this has a ton of benefits, but if we're just talking about the visuals of being on a video conference, this is gonna brighten you up. It's gonna give you a dewy appearance, okay, so that you look, you know, happy and healthy. Next, I'm gonna go in with my, this is like a treatment moisturizer. It has a whole bunch of alpha hydroxy acids in it. I just can't put on a moisturizer without doing a treatment first, okay? I'm one of the crazy skincare people. If you just have a wash, tone, moisturize routine, then just wash, tone, moisturize. But it's definitely gonna be important in giving your skin that healthy glow, okay? Do it for yourself because your skin deserves it. And if you're old enough to be on a video conference with your company and your work in your industries, you need to have a wash, tone, moisturize process. Let's control what we can in this little box here. Again, we don't want to go overboard, okay? I'm not even going to be wearing a full foundation. I have a tinted primer that I'm gonna go in first, okay? So this is gonna minimize my pores, it's gonna protect my skin, it's gonna even out my skin tone, okay? That's one of the most important things that we're looking for it to target at this point. It has a very, very, very light sheer tint to it. This is not a foundation. This is not gonna give me anywhere near the coverage that I would normally have, but I think that's fine. I'm just gonna do a little bit of color correcting concealers. So if you have any problem areas on your skin, redness, blemishes, anything like that, this is where you can do any of your touch treatments, okay? Now I don't have my glasses on, so I need to come in a little bit, but we can see this already working. So I have blue, purple areas underneath my eyes, okay, because I have fair skin. And so we're using a color correcting concealer that's on that peach spectrum that is going to neutralize those unwanted blue and purple pigments, okay? Now, especially because I'm wearing glasses, this is gonna be a huge help for me, okay? And this peach color corrector also has hydration in it, botanical serums, so it helps with any puffiness underneath my eyes. It's also close enough to my skin color that if I needed to do any spot treatments anywhere else on my face, that I can do that, okay? Some areas that are really good in general just to treat where we typically have redness is like our chin and like the area right next to our nose. The next thing that we're gonna wanna do is go in with a Filter HD setting powder. This is essentially photoshopping your face and tapping on that beauty filter. Consider yourself softened. Next, even though we're all trapped inside all day, we should at least pretend that we're still seeing some sunlight. So I'm gonna go in with some of this bronzer just to give myself a little bit of a glow and make it pretend like I've seen the outside at any point recently. Not gonna go crazy with the eyes. We're only gonna do a mascara. Wow, the difference that makes already. Last step, just touch up the lips. We've come this far, right? Let's just touch up the lips. Nothing crazy, just wanna hydrate them. And for me, I wanna do a little bit of color, okay? So I'm just gonna go in with a slightly pigmented gloss. That again is going to match my skin goals of appearing hydrated. And then we can put the glasses back on. And if you can, I would give your glasses a good cleaning, okay? Go in with soap and water or Windex and a lint-free clean because you're gonna get lots of reflection off of them. So here we go. Much better to video conference like this than fresh out of bed. I feel better. My mental status has elevated and lifted. I feel more confident. I feel more professional. I feel like I'm more willing to contribute to conversation. So I hope that this was helpful to be able to have a couple of steps that just take you from bedhead to polished that are gonna help you stick with your routines and be able to put your best foot forward on your next video conference. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.